Peter Van Sant begins tonight with one legend who has spent a lifetime living up to her own flawless reputation.
When the Lord closes a door, somewhere he opens a window.
Ladies and gentlemen, Julie Andrews.
Hey, everybody.
When Julie Andrews enters a room,
Hello.
for one magical moment, you're transported back to that safe place in your childhood, where sugar helped the medicine go down, and Fraulein Maria twirled on the most beautiful hilltop in the world.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
It's hard to believe this movie classic is 37 years old. Julie Andrews is now 66, still radiant, regal, and just a bit bewildered by all this fuss.
What a crowd. Thanks so much.
What to say? I go to the bathroom just like everybody else.
You are a legend. You are a cultural icon. When you wake up to yourself in the morning, do you realize just how important a place you have in our entertainment?
Of course, I stretch and I say, yes, I'm a cultural icon. And where's my makeup now? No, of course I don't.
It must be flattering.
It's awesome. It is flattering, and I'm very grateful. If they only knew how little I feel I know.
Yet somehow, her legions of adoring fans feel they do know her. First through her roles in film,
Cheeky.
and now through her latest career turn, as a successful and prolific author of children's books.
She's timeless. She's a classic. Well, I think she's just a wonderful role model, not only for children, but for women.
She's good at doing movies.
What I'm impressed with in the short time I've spent with you is your boundless energy.
People do say I have this incredible energy. I guess it's that sort of jolly hockey sticks kind of schoolgirl gung-ho image that comes from Britain. I don't know.
And that image for you is this image of perfection,
Squeaky clean.
Squeaky clean. I'm going to go through my little list here of purity, goody two-shoes.
Iron butterfly.
Yeah, one writer called you the mistress of propriety.
Oh.
Wholesome, virginal. Do you like
Poor
that?
fool, little did he know.
What is Julie Andrews really like?
Do allow me, will you?
Just ask her Sound of Music co-star and friend, Christopher Plummer, who reunited with Andrews last year in a live CBS presentation of On Golden Pond.
The extraordinary kind of allure and aura of sweetness that comes through her is absolutely natural and absolutely her. She has the most wonderful, naughty, wonderful sense of humor. And
Naughty? Julie Andrews?
God. Oh,
naughty?
Yeah. Please, dear God, yes.
Can you give me a sense of the naughtiness?
It's an English thing, of course, an irreverence that coming from that wonderful sort of pure, deliciously chaste face, that gorgeous sort of English skin that screams English rose. And then there's the occasional good old dirty, filthy mouth comes out of it, and it's such a relief.
That old son of a bitch happens to be my husband.
Ironically, it was her use of some very un-Mary Poppins-like profanity that launched Andrews' career as an author 30 years ago. Upon losing a bet to one of her 5 children, she promised to write her a book.
And I said, well, what do I have to do? And she said, you have to stop swearing so much. And I had no idea that I had been, God damn it, kids, that kind of thing.
But it's only been over the last several years that Andrews' literary career has truly taken off, a time that's coincided with the tragic loss of her singing voice, following surgery on her vocal cords in 1997.
So do la ti do re do.
How is your voice today, your singing voice?
I'm not singing is the truthful answer. I wish I were, I wish I was, but the truth is it's not there. I don't want to expose what I don't have, and so I'd rather just leave the memory of the good times, but I miss it very much indeed.
Are you still doing exercises? Do you still hope to regain your singing voice?
I am still optimistic, and I am seeing a wonderful group of specialists, but I think we've done as much as we can do.
The change in Andrews' voice was apparent a year ago when she was honored by the Society of Singers.
Please forgive this very hoarse-sounding voice, but maybe I can manage.
She decided to say thank you with a medley.
Ask me, how do I feel? Little me with my quiet upbringing.
What was that moment like for you?
You know, the amazing thing is that there's singing and then there's real singing. It's one thing to sing something like Sound of Music. It's another thing to speak something pitched very low in a slightly whispery voice. Marvelous that you should care for me. That is not exactly singing, it's just conveying in a way.
It sounded wonderful.
Jazz singers do very well with it, and don't think I haven't thought about going in that direction, but I don't think it would be good enough. I think it would be painful.
But Julie Andrews is certainly not one to sit around and mope. Last year, she wowed her fans again in a non-singing role as Queen Clarice in The Princess Diaries.
So we don't schlump like this. These are a few of my favorite things.
Andrews, who's been married to director Blake Edwards for 32 years, seems to derive the most joy these days from collaborating with her daughter,
At least one. I mean,
Emma Walton Hamilton, on their books about a little truck named Dumpy.
we're both very controlling.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Like mother, like daughter, right?
We're both
Yeah.
a little bossy, and
Yeah.
but actually the happy surprise has been that we, I think, work together very well.
So well, they're working together on another series to be called the Julie Andrews Collection.
What a ride it was. Heading east, they flew to London and chimney-hopped their way across the city. They had a bird's-eye view of Big Ben just as the famous old clock was chiming midnight. Bong, bong, toot, toot, Dumpy called back.
In The Sound of Music, your character Maria says, when the Lord closes a door,
Somewhere he opens a window.
Opens a window, yeah. How prophetic was that? I seem to have been busier than ever, though, in the last few months, and doing things that I probably wouldn't have considered doing had I still been singing.
And that includes supporting Emma's other career as a director of the Bay Street Theater in Sag Harbor, New York.
I love pottering around and being allowed backstage just to sort of poke my nose in and put my 2 cents in where I feel it should go. What happens when you run out of space, darling?
People often ask me, what's it like to be Julie Andrews' daughter? And I don't have anything to compare it to. She's mom, you know, and a very good mom, too.
How did it work in Mary Poppins when you went to Uncle Albert's house and had tea by the ceiling?
And whether she's Mary Poppins
2 lumps, Uncle Albert?
or Fraulein Maria
Excuse me, Sarah, I don't know your signal.
or Julie Andrews, mother and grandmother,
Really?
she'll tell you it's all about nurturing our children as they face the road ahead.
They got me up on the ceiling many different ways.
You could have used a ladder.
A ladder? At one time I did use a ladder. That's very smart. He's going to be a new film director, I think, here. Although we do right now face very challenging times, there is still a great deal of beauty to be found in the world. I hope to get children to see that under their very noses there's a possible miracle every day.
How do